Nothing we say is investment advice. Please pause on all 3 pages of this disclaimer and read it.
Greetings, Algo Artisans. It is Sunday, July the 6th. We started off the futures market open with a bang. But before we get into the charts, first of all, get your free Algo. Link is in the description. Click that link. Give us real name, fake name. We don't care. We'll send you free Algo. Now, we are going to look at some charts today as we always do. NASDAQ, USD, JPY, BTC, USD, that's Bitcoin, EURUSD, AUDUSD, GBPJPY, and gold. And before we get into that, one quick note about what's happening with the charts. Okay, so we had the big, beautiful bill introduced and signed last week after, I believe, the market closed, or at least after Thursday's market close. So the markets might take off pretty hard because there's a lot of uncertainty that is gone, and the world knows where a lot of money is going. So we might see things move up pretty quickly on the Monday open. Let's go ahead and take a look at the news this week over on forexfactory.com as far as the financial news that can move the markets. Not a lot of news. Lightweight week, we have the Aussie cash rate and bank statement at 12:30 a.m. EST on Tuesday morning, and then their press conference is about an hour after that. Tuesday, we have some New Zealand data coming out at 10 p.m. EST. Same data, cash rate and rate statement. Wednesday is going to be the FOMC minutes. My projections will stop there because the minutes might surprise some people and hint at rate cuts, which would then send markets even higher, most likely. So that's where the predictions stop this week. Thursday, 8:30 a.m. EST. U.S. unemployment claims. On Friday at the European Open, which is 2 a.m. EST, we have the British pound GDP coming out month over month. And then at 8:30 a.m., some Canadian employment data. Let's go ahead, jump into the charts, and we'll take a look at the NASDAQ first. Remember, these predictions are just a general idea of what can happen based on the algos. News can change these quite a bit, but if we just watch the algos, this is what is going to more or less happen. The NASDAQ, I expect to crawl up. We could actually see the NASDAQ really explode up unexpectedly, though. We saw an all-time high last week. Markets did sell off a bit, but sold off into an area of liquidity and is already bouncing up in the futures open. That's already happened today. So we could see this calm down a little bit. Come Monday morning open, we might see a revisit and test of those all-time highs. Who knows? Maybe it will continue up. Maybe it will not. But at some point next week, I do expect to see all-time highs and probably Monday morning. If not, if price cannot break past that, then it will come down here. The algos, calling it either way. It could continue up. It could go sideways. I'm going to go conservative, but don't be surprised if you see all-time highs on Monday morning. USDJPY is next. With the JPY pairs this week, I expect sideways action, and it's going to be subject to your supports and resistances, right? So in reality, I wouldn't have it going above 145.23. Price could always rocket up there. There's that chance because of the way the charts are, but this massive move that happened on Thursday, that needs to get sold off a bit more, I think. I think market may need to fill in some gaps there. We'll see about it. Price could either go sideways, slightly ways, and slightly up, but could jump down just to grab liquidity from the area below where the price rocketed up. So we could see even a slight move down here first, but again, I do believe it'll come back into this area once it is done with that. And I think sideways is the rule, subject to these local resistance of 145.23 and 143.40. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin doing great. I think we're going to see a possible approach to the all-time highs this week. That's possible. Remember, the projection stops at Wednesday for FOMC minutes. Price just wants to go up right now. It's eating up anybody selling into it. I think we're going to see a test of 110,600. That's 110,600-ish tonight, probably. Might even break that today. We might even see a new all-time high on Monday as well, as the rest of the market's open and everything's very bullish. Money is probably going to flow to Bitcoin. I would not be surprised to see a new all-time high Monday. If it cannot break that, though, as one of these crazy green shoots right up here that might happen, these big moves up, you could see it test the all-time high, bounce back down to grab liquidity. Good chance it's going to break that sometime this week. Prices might in general calm down after the open in anticipation of the FOMC minutes, but I think we were told what we need to know about the interest rate when Powell spoke last. So let's go ahead and take a look at EURUSD. Now this pair is continuously bullish, but it's been bullish for a while, and I think it's just going to grind its way sideways and slightly up. Could come back down to grab some liquidity, but if it does, I think it'll bounce right back up into this pattern and just continue sideways to up. And eventually, whether it's this week or next, I think it will break 118.30. I think that's kind of the number to break, but it might knock its head first on 118.11 and then make its way up there. And again, prices might get a little bit calmer, especially as we approach FOMC on Wednesday. Let's take a look at AUDUSD. AUDUSD has been bullish for quite some time, but I think it needs to pull back, grab a little liquidity. We have a local support at 65.38 in USD terms. I think it'll probably have a mini bounce there and then bounce down to grab some liquidity down around 65.05 USD, and then maybe make its way back up and go sideways for a bit for the next week or two. Let's take a look at GBPJPY, the beast. Same as USDJPY, more or less. I expect some bullishness. Futures market has opened and gone up since I've done my initial look at it, but I do expect those jitters to calm down. Price to more or less head sideways. It's going to have a hard time breaking above 198.13 and below 195.34, but I think you're just going to see sideways limited range action unless we get some kind of news this week that changes that. Let's take a look at gold. Gold, I think, is going to continue to sort of sell off and go sideways. We'll see if geopolitical tensions rise or something like we saw last week where gold was just kind of forced up in a given direction, rather unnaturally if you ask me. Otherwise, the algos are calling for sideways movement. It does want to go up high time frame. Gold always wants to go up high time frame, but I think it's going to have to grab some liquidity, maybe down at 3,300 before it does. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget, get the free algo. Link is in the description. Click on that link. Give us real name, fake name, we don't care. Give us your email. We'll send you the algo immediately, and what we'll also do is let you know when we're going to have any kind of workshops. I do plan to run a free workshop this month. I was going to do it last month, but last month was just insane with the news cycle, and trading that in front of people was going to really appear to just boggle their minds. I didn't want to scare you all when the price just moves up unexpectedly because, Trump bombed this country or whatever. So, I'm going to plan it for July, and what we do at Algo Factory is we help people predict where price is going. These charts that I draw, especially as the market opens, we get a little bit more data. I'm pretty good at predicting where price is going to go, and I teach people how to develop that for themselves so that they can go through and make that happen. Why don't you just sell us your algo, you're asking? Well, the reason is you didn't build that, and yeah, I'm a little selfish, but it's not about that. What it's really about is the dirty little secret in trading. When you build your own, you're going to have the confidence to trade it. What people don't understand about trading is that the psychological game is extremely important, and if you use somebody else's algo, I can almost guarantee you you're going to lose money. That's just how it is. Very rarely have I seen somebody take somebody else's method and make money with it. Otherwise, they'd still be trading those methods now. And most people I know are not doing that. Trust me, you want to build your own, I'll help you with it. Might even give you a piece or two of mine. Come to algofactory.tech. If you get the free algo, you'll be also given the opportunity to learn more about us and how to become involved with us. Thank you for watching. We'll see you Tuesday morning, bright and early, 8:30 a.m. EST.